It's starting?
Oh my gosh, why are you shouting? I haven't even hit the music yet. You're not supposed to be doing anything yet. I'm gonna no stop talking for a second. I'm gonna find the stream and send you the link. Just relax. Everybody watching, relax too.
So I look at the camera.
No, just
I'm
relax.
just taking pictures to see how I look.
The link.
Okay.
There you go. If you want to share it, there it is. I'll quickly post it on Facebook, just in case anybody wants to see it. Hey, I'm not doing that right now, so come on. Oh my god. What's this one called? Believe? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Become. Sorry, we're gonna start here shortly.
Wait, it's live?
Yes, it's live. I'm trying to make the post here. Okay, you ready for this? You got your notes?
I got my notes.
Did you make your? Did you share?
I'm
Have you already shared?
Right now. Is that okay to share?
You can share.
All right.
Yeah, share away. Okay, ready for this? This is gonna be your first time. You ready? I'll cue
want me
you.
to sing
You'll know.
it?
No. You'll know when to start. Live from Don't Eva Studio. My name is Joel Henderson. With me, my wife.
Hi, I'm wife.
She's not wife. She's Michelle. I thought for sure she would introduce herself. This is my wife, my beautiful wife, Michelle Velez.
Oh, I am Michelle.
And she's here to discuss.
Henderson.
We're going to talk about Michelle Henderson. Sorry.
Henderson. Do I have to show my social security card? It's not a social.
If
but
you
it's
want
a
to, you can
social.
show if you want to show it, you can show us it. So we haven't been here in a while to do any how to watch TV for reasons, and now that we're back, a good show's on, or a good show's on, so we're back. I don't know how that works. Either way,
Guess who's back?
we're to discuss The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live. Now, you've probably watched a few of these episodes already, as have we. We were too lazy, or I couldn't convince her to come on air yet for the first 4. So we actually sat and watched episode 5 the other day and made notes. So the episode is called Become. Thoughts? Like just general feeling of, let's say general feeling up to this point before this episode started. How did you feel about The Ones Who Live so far? Like the show. What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? Give me anything.
It's different in a way. It's like we're going into different worlds, whereas I never fully watched all of The Walking Dead. I've seen the ending, but I kind of missed a whole chunk, a few seasons in the middle.
I mean, I was podcasting it and I missed a few seasons.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is everything was just in like whatever world, like this dead city, or not even that, but it's
It was just somewhere in Georgia or Virginia or wherever they were calling it on the show. Yeah.
Right now there's more places people are traveling to.
Well, they have vehicles. They have vehicles. They have helicopters. I can't believe they're still able to find gas. Like at this point in the post-apocalyptic world, we're still finding gasoline.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find my notes real quick.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Okay, so
Well, but I mean, prior to this, I have just felt this sense of impending doom. I realized that while I was watching this episode, I am Rick Grimes. I have been traumatized enough. No, not like in the cool way. Like watching the show, I've been traumatized enough, the stuff that he's had to go through in those first couple episodes, to be like, no matter what he does, he's not getting away. Like it doesn't even feel like the show where he's going to get away at some point. So when good things happen, I'm like, nah, not buying it.
So
I'm just waiting for the impending doom.
I guess we'll talk about this when we get in.
Yeah, we're talking pre this episode. I mean, like them getting
Oh.
that thing with the helicopter was so badass. First of all, what a cool way to end an episode. And second of all, the reveal in the next episode that if they hadn't jumped out, they would have smashed into the building right next to where they were at.
Yeah.
Don't Eva. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I feel like you're not with me here. What are you reading?
I was looking at my notes.
Converse with me. You got to talk here, man. We got to have conversation. Oh, so I got to check and see if anybody's commenting or talking on this before
This
let
is
us
my
get too
first
far away.
time ever.
She's nervous
doing
being
a
on one of
live.
these. Uh-oh, that's going to be loud.
Brad's here in the room too.
Oh, there's people watching besides
He's-
Brad. It says
he's-
2 watching now. Is that both of us?
No,
Oh,
stop. Is
no,
it?
this is Ryan Melton. Hey, Ryan.
Mr. Melton.
Never seen Walking Dead. Look, that's fair. I mean, it came out a long time ago. I mean, we're talking 11 seasons of the show, and many of them poor, if not just meh. But I overall, I liked the characters of the show. Rick, like I wanted to see that follow up. So when the promise was, hey, we're going to come back and it's going to be a Rick show, and it's like, oh, we're not going to have to see all of the brand new characters that they shoved in the last 2 seasons of The Walking Dead and think we're supposed to care about. Okay, I'm in. Talk about thinning the herd in terms of their casting budget. Like, they don't have to pay nearly as many people. Like, Eugene was still getting a paycheck. Eugene. By the end of the series, the actor that plays Eugene, he was still... I mean, like, we've spiraled so far from the main cast. What are we doing here? Bring back Shane. Sorry, I'm just rambling. They did bring back Gabriel, talking about this episode.
Yes. So, fun fact.
Fun fact.
The last time that I watched The Walking Dead years
How to watch
ago,
TV fun facts.
I don't take your mic.
No, you don't.
Is this thing on?
It's don't tap
Okay.
the mic.
So the last time I watched The Walking Dead, before just stopped, it was when Gabriel, the priest, was. I remember him in some cabin place, and it was in the woods.
Was that the one where he locked the people out?
I could not tell you that because I do not remember.
Okay.
I just know that's the last time I watched the show. And then there would be a few episodes where you would watch.
Oh, just kind
And
of
I
randomly be
wasn't,
playing
I
it?
didn't know where that was in, but obviously I hadn't seen that.
Right.
So I do remember when Glenn was killed because that was the whole hype of The Walking Dead returning.
Right.
And I remember watching that episode. And then I think I was mad and I just never continued.
I know, because they did the fake out where it was like, oh, he didn't die. Oh, he did.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yes.
But so I don't know all the details of what happened from The Walking Dead. So I think I still have questions, but
Has it hampered your enjoyment of The Ones Who Live?
it has not. I just wish I knew. I wish I was more knowledgeable in stuff going back to the original Walking Dead.
Well, feel free to ask me questions. You got me here to...
That's why I ask throughout the show when we watch it.
Exactly. That's what I'm here for. I can be an encyclopedia on shows. Ask me anything about Lost.
Yes.
Okay, so hit me with what do you got on some of your notes here?
Okay, I think I went way
This is her first time
too
taking notes.
into depth.
I'm just doing bullet
I
points.
think I started paraphrasing every scene.
Yeah,
or something.
she's like, this is what I want to say exactly.
Okay,
on the
so I
podcast.
already covered that. The priest is back.
Uh-huh.
The last time
Oh.
I watched The Walking Dead, the priest was in a cabin in the woods. I missed a few seasons.
Okay, well, see, look at you nailing it. I had Gabriel's back, and I had this feeling that they would eventually sprinkle in some of the cast from the original show without going back to a sprawling cast of 50 people or whatever it was towards the end there, where they had all the new kids, all the husbands and wives, all the new people that they've collected over the years. That sounds weird to say people they've collected, but this is The Walking Dead. I get an uneasy feeling immediately when they're happy in the car, Rick and Michonne.
It's very weird. Sorry, I'm just sharing it to my stories.
Yeah, no, you're
see Me
fine.
make a fool of
She's
myself.
learning how to multitask
I'm learning how
here.
to socials. It seems like a different show because they're kind of so, I guess, civilized in a way of what.
Oh, yeah, it's almost back to
Is-
society.
Yeah, I was when I first saw Rick, I was wow, he looked so well kept and clean cut per se.
You can say handsome. I know that's what
Not
you
even
call it.
that. I don't know, but you know what I mean. But and I was why does he look so weird? It's because he's not trying to survive in the wild.
I mean, he still had to do a bunch of crap. He cut his hand off. I mean, that was pretty
Well,
crazy.
Yeah, but it looks like it's fine now, so that worked out.
Oh, it looks like it's fine. He was there for almost 10 years or 6 years or something like that. He's been there for a long time. That's another thing that's weird to think about, how long it's been since the show, the storyline of the show that he left and we're now seeing him again. Because
Yeah.
him and Michonne were, because I don't even know really how long him and Michonne were together in the original show. to be like, say they were together 3 years in the original show. I know it was longer than that, but say it was 3 years. Now they've been
Yes.
separate for almost double that. So it's like, do you still love that person? Like if there were, like, think about it. If you met
No.
somebody and were super in love with them
No.
and married to them for 5-10 years ago, and you loved them for 3 years, you guys were together, and then they were gone, but not dead, just gone, and you were like, would you search for them for the next 10 years? Brad's nodding yes in the corner. He would search for the next 10 years, but like, that's a weird thought. Like, well, I haven't even known this person that long to be wasting my entire life chasing them. Who knows? Are you just staring at yourself in the...
No, I'm not. Okay, I have a note here.
Mm-hmm.
Mish Ann. Look at my notes.
Nobody's watching me? You mean this? You're not wrong.
Who said that?
In the comments section. Nobody's watching you.
That's okay.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Like, I needed to get this off my chest because I need to talk about these shows and I don't talk about them anymore. So
It's the internet.
they had, did you see the Tasteful Nudes thing when they found the noodles?
The ramen.
Yeah,
Yes.
Tasteful Nudes.
That was their
That was pretty good.
ramen thing.
What? And it said Wyoming. Where were they? Because let's be clear, Alexandria is in Virginia. That's on the East Coast.
Right.
If they're going through Wyoming, they're way on the West Coast.
Like,
How
where
did that
they
happen?
get all that gas?
How did they fly a helicopter from Virginia past Wyoming?
Virginia past Wyoming.
Virginia's way over here on the
Yeah,
right
it
side,
was-
and then Wyoming's way over here by Washington.
So
where are they at? California?
We drove through Wyoming not that long
And it
ago.
did not look that
It did not
fun.
look like that. My notes say Wyoming. We drove through there. And I put, oh, those mountains. We need to go back to Colorado. Anyways, it looked like Colorado. It looked like a spitting image of everything that we drove through. Wyoming was nothing but tumbleweeds and just buffalo or
Yeah, where they roam. That's where they roam. Yeah, yeah.
home.
But I don't
range.
understand how they flew a helicopter all the way across the country. Now they could stop, but then they have to have multiple bases where they have gas, or they're filling up the gas as it's going.
That's Hollywood movie magic.
Right, but they're telling us a story here, and I want to know how the hell they're in Wyoming heading back to from this place, and they've been gone for a day or two already.
Maybe.
Like, where is CRM is what I'm wondering. Like, that's the real question. Where do we think that's at? Somewhere warm, right? So that you don't have to deal with crap weather. Even though the benefits seem to outweigh the negatives there, where it's like, if you are in cold weather, the walkers freeze. That's something we never got, really. We didn't get much of that.
Oh.
They would slow down.
Oh, there was a walker,
Uh-huh.
or what do they call them?
I forgot what they called them on this one.
Ugh. Anyways, it like turned to stone, and it was like rock or something. That was
Oh, yeah, that one rocked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I said I like how the trees grew onto and around stuff in that garage. Oh, they were somewhere like not a gas station, but some garage.
Oh,
and
like
there was
no,
stuff.
it was like a rest stop where they were shopping, right?
You know, they were trying to find see what they can find useful wise. Like
Oh, scavenging then. Yeah.
And there were the trees, like how the trees are overgrowing the fence outside. Everything was, so you could tell it's been there for a very long time.
Yeah, I
That was
liked how
cool. That's not touchscreen.
Well, no, I didn't like it. It kind of annoyed me when they pulled up outside and they just parked their truck and then went
Yeah.
in, like right on the road, not trying to hide it at all. It's like, what are we doing here? You're not petrified of losing your mode of transportation? Like, I would be like, Michonne, you wait in the car. Like, we're not leaving this thing, because if we walk away and it's gone, we're walking.
Right.
No, thank you, ever.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So the etchings on those phones, are those just supposed to be like?
Those were drawings that were commissioned by Rick to remember. Well, Michonne did the one of Carl.
So those are photos. Those are their type of photos for what they had to work with, right?
Yes,
Like
they
that's
don't
like
have,
their picture frame. That's their cell phone to like, oh, let's look at my son.
Oh, you're saying that, the phone became a picture where a thing where a canvas they could draw a picture on,
Okay,
and then they could have that in their home.
I think
don't
I
know
had
why
that.
they couldn't just use pencil and paper.
I had that when I was little.
Let's be
I
honest.
think.
Why couldn't he have just sketched Carl on paper, and then Rick could have put it in his pocket? I guess it could get damaged, but
Picture pocket.
his minimalist drawings. Those people that thought they could mess with Rick,
They were wrong.
She took back the noodles. Like they gave
Yeah.
him noodles, then she took
I'm like,
back
you
the
don't
noodles.
get your.
It's
I
like,
want my
man, I was looking
noodles."
forward to those. Well, don't mess with Rick Grimes.
So where did they get such a nice truck at? So all of
They
these.
found it outside of the. Remember in the episode where it was like, oh, they just found a penthouse with a Roomba. You know, and they're
Right.
just hanging out. That was the previous episode where
So these towns, so they were able to find food and supplies.
they were able to find the truck.
Can I talk?
Well, you asked a question. I
I
answered
know. Let me
it. Go on.
finish it.
Go
Okay,
on.
fair, you did,
Go on.
and I did. Gosh. So all of these supplies were these like towns. So what's the town that they come from?
Alexandria.
So Alexandria.
You want me to uncross my legs?
Were they? No, you're.
I moved
Can
the mic away
I
from it so nobody can hear it.
Have. All right.
We're trying to figure out the supplies. Like where they got the truck, it was waiting there. I feel like Jada said that she
But it's
put
been
it there.
so many years. If Rick's been gone for 10 years, were these towns like Alexandria that popped up and then maybe they got, taken over? That's why there was some supplies left. Because if we're going back from The Walking Dead and this is years
right.
later, those convenience stores would have been,
Looted or
looted
gutted.
by now.
It depends. Each one could be different because, yes, they could be, but also I would imagine not everywhere has been explored in this world yet.
Okay.
And if people got offed pretty quickly, there could just be a supermarket sitting there never touched.
That was my next question.
What's that?
How are there still items in stores?
Yeah, it could just be luck of the draw that nobody managed to find that
Yeah,
place.
hasn't it been forever and wouldn't it have been raided?
It would have had it been found. Maybe,
Just
but
like-
also there could have been walkers in there that were preventing people from going in.
What if I got hungry? Anyway, so the plane that crashed next to the fancy building, it seems like that
The
building
helicopter
was
that
just...
smashed into the side of
yes,
the building.
it seems like
Yeah.
there was just that random building there in the middle of nowhere. So,
Oh, the interesting thing about that being that there was power. Like, why was there still power being run to that building? Was
so
that
what I'm
still
saying
within
is
the
this
town?
came from a town that was probably up and running years later. So they rebuilt.
I don't know. It was like a city.
It had to have.
It was like a city there. So, but it felt like they flew away from where they're actually staying, like in the city that's, hidden or whatever. You're gonna have to mute that. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So, anyways, we go to 3 years ago, and Jadis and Anne and Gabriel meet up. He tells her Rick died. And then, of course, we come back to the present, and I freaking knew Jadis was going to show up. There was no way she was not going to follow Rick and Michonne. Like, there's no way she was just going to believe they were dead in the
So
helicopter.
Jada's the weird
Jadis.
short Jadis. Okay.
Or Anne is what she was called
Anne.
before she became Jadis. Jadis was like a persona she adopted in the garbage dump. When she lived there and created a society, you didn't see those seasons.
So that's where I'm getting confused
Yes,
at. So I
Jadis-
don't know.
She's a returning character from earlier in the show. So
Okay.
let's see. They avoid being killed somehow, and then we go back to 2 years ago. First, it was 3 years ago with Gabriel and Anne. I'm gonna have to just call her what he calls her. Then 2 years ago, they meet again, and he gives her a ring that he says, "If you ever find Rick, give this to him so he can give it to Michonne." And he agrees to
Right.
meet a year later.
That was interesting. So I thought they were just meeting like a few days out of the week, and then I realized that it jumped all the way to like
Once a
1
year.
year later.
Well, because she can't tell anybody who she is for real, other than Gabriel. He's like her safe place where she can actually talk to him, and not have to worry about keeping up this persona of Jadis. Like she can just be Anne, whatever
Oh,
that
she was
is.
being her. Right. Okay.
We go back to the present, and Rick and Michonne run Jadis off the road. Or no, they run Jadis off the road, and then she runs into the group that Rick found.
So do people that watch? I know people said no one watches, but whatever. They know it's like spoilers.
Yes,
Right.
if you're watching
Okay.
this, we're talking about the ones who live.
Jadis
season 1, episode 5.
dies,
Well, not yet.
but she does.
Well, yeah. Well, but first she offers that group community, and they lured Rick and Michonne in for her.
Oh, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Like, should they
And
give
then
her this-
all three of the idiots got eaten. We go to another Gabriel meeting, and he likes the secret of having Anne to himself. They kiss. That threw me off. I didn't expect that. Like, I didn't...
Did she think that he became unholy?
I don't know. And then I'm like, oh, please tell me she didn't... There's no way she killed him, Gabriel. Then Jada says Rick was about to get the briefing before he left. And I just wanted to point this out. Rick got shot in the head
When?
in this episode. He peeked his head around the wall, and he got shot in the forehead. Like, the bullet grazed through his forehead and ripped open his forehead.
Yes, great.
He got shot in the head.
He didn't really get
Casually.
Shot. He didn't. He technically
But
took a bullet to the head.
I'm saying this far away from no more Rick Grimes. That's all I'm saying. That's how close we were? Really? So they offer a deal for Rick to go back if Alexandria and Michonne are safe. What do you think about this deal? Do you trust Jadis? Do you believe Rick wants to do that? Do you believe they're going to do that? Like, what?
I think Rick wants to go back because he kind of likes that normalcy of that lifestyle now and just having consistency, and he's a part of like an army and like this new civilization. Whereas, and of course I know he has his kids and his wife, but it's been so long for him. I feel like that's just the regular and the norm for him, where I feel like it's hard for him to leave, where he might be saying like, oh, I need to stay here to protect you guys, but I think deep down he wants to stay there.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah, because that's got to be tricky to, go back and meet a kid you've never met, but to not see your daughter for that long, I would feel like that would be a pull to go back. But him thinking that he's protecting them makes sense as well. I think at this point he wants to know all the info. So I think he wants to go back and deal with Locke, or whatever the character's name is, I'm not sure, and get the briefing. But his co-commander, or whatever that lady was, that's going to be the problem. She's going to be a problem. I don't know why they would be willing to go back.
The Hispanic chick?
Yes, you're way too far away from the mic if you're going to talk. Echo, come on, you're ruining this here. So, let's see. Oh, Jadis gets hurt in the melee.
Oh, shoot.
And all three idiots come back and they eat Jadis. Just bumped your mouse into the corner on your screen there. The three people that tried to mess with Rick.
Jadis.
They came back and ate Jadis. Like, they came back and killed her. Like, she got bit.
Oh, after they turned?
Yeah, after they turned. Uh-huh. She didn't kill Gabriel, obviously. She says that he showed her who she was. So, meaning that she's not being judged, or I don't quite understand what that means. Wait,
say that again.
Gabriel showed Jadis who she is, like who she was. Like, is that in reminding her of who she was outside of the CRM?
Yeah, so showing who, like, she changed over the years, and she's she's like a leader and stuff like that.
Okay. So anyways, let's see. Michonne wants to end the CRM. So she gives Rick the ring from Gabriel. Oh, Jadis gives Rick the ring from Gabriel. And then he straight up executed her. Just like right there. And
Rick did? Because he
Rick
didn't want to.
executed Jadis. Yeah, he had to do it, you know. And
because she got bit.
yes, because she got bit, and because it was the kind thing to do at that point. So Rick then proposes to Michonne. Are you here with me?
I
Are
am.
you looking
I'm
at your
reading
notes?
this because
We'll go back to anything you didn't say.
Michonne, maybe I think I'm judging her, or I get
Okay.
annoyed with her because I don't think I know her full character
Just a little bit more towards the
from
mic.
the past
Okay.
TV shows. And so I never knew they even started dating. So that's why I'm just like, why are they together?
Oh, well, that makes way more sense why you're wondering
because
why
I'm
they're
just
together.
like, I get so I don't know.
They became a kick-ass team in The Walking Dead and then fell in
They
love.
are. Like, there was a note here that I said Michonne could be in Black Panther. Not because she's black, but because she's a badass and can fight like another Wakanda warrior
Okay,
person.
I just want to say that she's not doing a bit right now. My wife
Because
is...
people will probably
No,
think, oh,
no,
because
no.
she's black.
My wife is not doing a bit right now. Michonne is in Black Panther. Both of them. Don't Eva.
She is?
Yes. Clearly in both movies. She's one of the warriors. Like it's her, but she's bald. Come on, man.
Is she really?
Yes. I'm so glad we did this.
Can you just...
No, I can't edit that out.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So the episode ends with there being no Anne visit for Gabriel. He's waiting for her.
That's true, but
the
can we
fourth
back
year.
it up, though?
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
Throughout, like, I just don't like Michonne's tone.
You don't like her Michonne?
Michonne.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are times where she's talking... Can you just not hit your thing right now? There are times when she's talking and... Well, then again, I think because they're two different people, and Rick sees things one way, and then she wants it this way, and he's just like... But then she comes and talks, and she's...
Well, he's indoctrinated to this place. He's got that Stockholm syndrome where he's almost sympathizing with the captors. Like, obviously, he wanted out for so many years, but it got to the point where he realized there was no way out, even beyond cutting off his hand. You know, so it was like, well, I've given up now. And as he said, I think the most powerful thing in the episode was him, and that might have been last episode, was him saying, I don't know how to die again. Like, he already died in his head. Like, everybody he knew died. He was never going to see them again. He had accepted his fate as the Walking Dead, essentially. And then Michonne came back, and it was like, now I'm alive again. I don't know how to die again.
Okay.
Like, I can't do this again where I go back to not being with you guys. So I think we're in for a hell of a ride. I don't know what it's going to be. There's only one more episode.
Really?
Yes. That's annoying, right? I find that annoying.
Yeah. So...
What else you got to say about this before we wrap it up here?
I'm used to them being all fight lifestyle. Okay, so I only knew them as, fighting and, saving themselves and everything. Mm-hmm. But now it's weird seeing them all lovey-dovey, and I'm like, what's going on? And I think that goes back to me not knowing any of their history now that they're a couple.
So will this make you want to go back and watch Walking Dead to fill in gaps?
Not really.
Okay. And I get that too, because this one is not as zombie heavy. There are not as many gross out deaths.
That's another reason I would get scared when I would watch it.
I don't like horror stuff, but The Walking Dead never really scared me.
Right. There are certain parts, like, I would try to watch it at nighttime, and I binged, the whole first season, and it was really good. But that was from the daytime.
Different director, too.
And then... The director quit on the second season because they tried to slash the budget. Oh. And he was making great television, and they cut him out. It's kind of a travesty. Right.
What else you got here?
Right. Why did Rick let the weird short hair lady go? He said, no, we gotta go. Oh, this was when I was still taking notes when Jadis was still alive.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, and then you gave up on your notes about the 2 years?
Time jump 2 years ago. Michelle's lost.
Yeah, so this was
when... Oh, it was like, which character is Michelle?
Yeah, this was when she went back to visit Gabriel again. You must have stopped taking notes there.
I did, because I realized
what do you think's going to happen next?
They're gonna... I feel like somehow Rick's gonna make his way...
Making his way downtown.
Rick's going to make
his way downtown.
You don't get to laugh, Brad.
Go on. What's Rick going to do?
Rick is going to... I swear to God, Joel.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Rick is going to end up back at the CRM, possibly.
Okay.
But not to stay there, I don't think, because I feel like they're also going to try to get back to Alexandria as well.
My worry is that if they go back, how are they going to convince them that they're dead again? And what are they going to say?
Dead again?
That Rick and Michonne are dead. First of all, a couple things. One, Michonne, she's supposed to be like an intern in this place, and she's coming back with Rick as a full-on equal. You know what I mean? They're coming back as a kick-ass team. The people there are not going to be okay with that. And then how are they going to then not not draw enough suspicion that they get captured there? And like, do you really think they're just going to go straight to giving him
they're not.
the briefing?
I forgot about that. So somehow Rick's going to have to go there. Maybe. I do not know.
Right. Does he let Michonne stay dead in their mind, and then he somehow survived?
But that Janice lady, Jadis, she's gone, and she was like the leader, right?
She was making her way downtown.
Making my way downtown.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing.
Fast.
Yeah. Walkers past. And they're homebound. Right? Isn't that the song?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know where it's going to go. I don't see how they wrap this up in one episode. So with that being said, I think there has to be further episodes of this show. I'm hoping for a full second season, but I feel like it's such a weird setup that The Walking Dead did, where they canceled the main show after 11 seasons. They had already done Fear the Walking Dead as a spinoff that's still continuing. They had done Walking Dead: The World Beyond, which was a 2-season thing with kids that were in like a college community, like that was somehow survived and
what was
like
the first one called?
Fear the Walking Dead.
So that's a spinoff, just like we're watching now.
Yes.
Okay, so
but that was a spinoff that showed us the start of the zombie apocalypse.
So I always thought that was like a knockoff show. I was like, is this a parody show?
You thought that wasn't made by the same people?
Yes. It wasn't called Walking Dead. I was like,
called Fear the Walking Dead.
I
the
get
same
that.
font. You're just like, nah.
That's what I was like.
It's
nah,
fine.
there's
That's
not.
definitely just a parody. That's covered under parody law. That's funny. Okay. So there's Fear the Walking Dead, which, like I said, is still going. The World Beyond, which was 2 seasons. It was something about a scientist trying to cure the zombie situation. There's Dead City, which is Negan and Maggie, where they go to New York looking for young Glenn, who gets kidnapped.
Right. There's Dixon.
Daryl Dixon.
That was a good one.
Yep, where he goes to France somehow.
Yeah.
Explain to me how he floats to France.
He didn't float to France.
He floated to France. He was in Virginia, Michelle.
On a boat,
That's in America.
I thought you meant like
he's in Virginia.
I thought you meant like he's floating through the air.
No, how did he make it to France? How did he survive on the water making it to France? Whatever. Maybe there was a boat that they showed in the thing. I can't recall. So there's that one. And then there's The Ones Who Live. Now, what I'm thinking is that all of these are going to converge at some point. But the interesting thing about that is they could have just done like a season that focused on one set of characters, and then another season that focused on another set. They're going to join back together, and everyone's going to celebrate, and it's going to be like, woohoo! It's the Walking Dead.
And then
we've merged all the shows. Now it's called The Walking Dead again.
This is how to watch TV.
Did you really just preempt me on that? Son of a... See you later. That's it. It's over. Stop. You don't have to do anything else. We're done. Say goodbye.